Welcome to 4K Rare Coins, your go-to place for discovering the rarest, most valuable coins out there, all in stunning 4K detail. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about hidden treasures, you're in the right spot. Hit subscribe and join me as we uncover amazing coins that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins together. The Jefferson nickel first came out in 1938. It shows Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the front. On the back, you see his home, Monticello. The 1953 D nickel means it was made in Denver, and the D is a small letter on the back near Monticello. The U.S. Mint made millions of these coins that year, so you might think they are common and not worth much. But that's not the full story. Even though millions were made, only a few have special qualities that make them very valuable. The key to finding a valuable 1953 D nickel is to look for coins in very good condition and with certain rare features. Most coins from that time were worn down or had weak details because the machines that made them were old or used many times. But a few coins came out almost perfect. Those are the ones collectors want. One of the most important things to look for is called full steps. On the back of the coin, under Monticello, there are a few steps. Usually, these steps are worn or not clear because of how the coin was made or because of wear over time. But if the coin was struck sharply and carefully, you can see 5 or 6 full, clear steps. That is very rare for a 1953 D nickel. Most coins do not show these steps well. When you find a coin with full steps in very good condition, it can be worth thousands of dollars. For example, a 1953 D nickel with full steps and in near-perfect condition sold for more than $15,000 at auction. That is a lot of money for a coin that normally costs just 5 cents. Even coins with full steps but a bit more wear can still sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. The clearer and sharper the steps are, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors look for this because it shows the coin was made with strong detail and kept in great shape over the years. Another rare and exciting feature to watch for is the mint mark itself. Sometimes, the small D on the coin was punched more than once in slightly different places. This is called a repunched mint mark or RPM. When this happens, you might see a shadow or doubling effect on the D. These doubled mint marks are rare and can make your nickel more valuable. Depending on how clear the doubling is and how good the coin looks, RPM nickels can sell for hundreds or even more. Some 1953 D nickels also have errors like cracks or blobs on the coin. These happen when the metal dies used to stamp the coins get damaged. A crack might look like a raised line on the coin, and a blob called a cud usually appears near the edge where part of the design is missing. These errors are fun to find and can increase the coin's value by $50, $100, or more depending on how obvious and big the error is. Let's go back to the year 2005. That year, the United States Mint released 2 special nickels to honor the famous Lewis and Clark expedition. These coins were part of something called the Westward Journey Nickel Series. One coin showed a bison, also known as the American buffalo. The other coin showed an ocean view, with the words "Ocean in View." Oh, the joy! These coins were meant to teach people about history and explore the journey of Lewis and Clark. But something unexpected happened. A few coins came out with mistakes, and these mistakes made the coins very valuable. The first mistake we're going to talk about is called the speared bison. This is the most famous and most valuable version of the 2005 P. Jefferson nickel. On this coin, there's a picture of a bison on the back. But on the rare error coin, there's a line going through the bison's body that looks like a spear. It's not supposed to be there. It happened because of a scratch or a gouge on the die, which is the tool that stamps the image onto the coin. This line looks like the bison has been struck with a spear, and that's why collectors call it the speared bison. Now here's the exciting part. People who find this speared bison error in good condition can sell it for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A regular circulated one can sell for $300 to $800. But if the coin is in really good shape, we're talking shiny, no scratches, and not worn down. Collectors have paid up to $2,000 or even over $5,000 for just one nickel. Imagine turning 5 cents into $5,000. That's life-changing for something that might just be sitting in your change jar or your car's cup holder right now. There's another version of the 2005 P nickel that can also be worth a lot. It's not as rare as the speared bison, but it's still valuable. This one is called the double die reverse, or DDR for short. It happens on the Ocean View nickel. If you look closely at the words "Ocean in View," oh the joy, on the back of the coin, some nickels show the letters doubled. That means the letters look thicker or like they were printed twice. This mistake also happened during the minting process, and collectors love coins with doubling because they're not easy to find. If you find one of these doubled letter coins, you could sell it for anywhere from $50 to $200, or even more if it's in great shape. Some high-grade examples have sold for $500 or more. Just like the speared bison, these DDR nickels are still out there. They weren't all found in 2005. People are still finding them in coin rolls from the bank, at stores, or even in vending machines. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare nickels? First, look at the front of the coin. You want to find a nickel from the year 2005 that has the letter P under the word "In God We Trust." That P means it was made in Philadelphia. Then, flip the coin over and look at the design. If it's the bison, check the body of the bison for a long, thin line running through it. It should look like a cut or a scratch, almost like a spear going through the animal. If it's the Ocean View design, look very closely at the words on the coin. If the letters look doubled or thicker than normal, you might have the DDR version. You don't need any fancy tools to check your coins, but a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera zoom can really help. A little flashlight or lamp can also make it easier to spot the details. There are also websites and coin forums where you can compare your coin to real photos of the error coins. Now, if you think you found one of these rare nickels, the next step is to get it graded. That means sending the coin to a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll look at your coin under magnification and tell you the condition and authenticity. If it's real and in good shape, you'll get a certified grade. This can help you sell your coin for the best price, because collectors trust coins that are certified and sealed by a grading company. You might be thinking, why are people paying so much for a mistake? The answer is simple: rarity and demand. These coins weren't supposed to come out with these errors, and only a small number of them exist. That makes them rare. And because coin collectors love finding every version of a coin, they're willing to pay top dollar for these error coins to complete their collections. Auction houses and online sellers have seen some incredible prices for these nickels. One speared bison in mint condition sold for nearly $6,000. Even lower grade ones go for several hundred. That's not bad for a coin that was supposed to be just pocket change. So now that you know what to look for, it's time to go hunting. Check your change. Go through those old coin jars at home. Ask your friends or family if they have any 2005 nickels they don't want. You never know what might turn up. It only takes one coin to change your life. And remember, these coins are still out there. People are still finding them every year. The next big discovery could be yours. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is one of the most common nickels in the United States. In that year, the U.S. Mint made more nickels than ever before. People were keeping silver coins at the time, so the Mint tried to make more nickels to help with coin shortages. That year, they made nickels at two different mints, Philadelphia and Denver. If your coin has a little D on the back, next to the building, that means it was made in Denver. That's what the D stands for. Now here's the fun part. Even though they made billions of these coins, some of them are not like the others. Most 1964 D nickels are only worth 5 cents. But a small number of them are worth a lot more. These rare ones can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Some have sold for over $30,000. And these aren't made of gold or silver. They are just normal nickels that happen to have something special about them. And people are still finding them today. One reason a 1964 D nickel can be worth a lot is because of something called full steps. If you look at the back of the coin, you'll see a building. That building is Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson. Right below the building, there are steps. Most nickels don't show these steps clearly. The coin machines used to make the coins were often old or used too much. So the steps came out weak or blurry. But once in a while, a coin was made perfectly, with sharp lines showing 5 or 6 full steps. These are called full steps nickels, and they are very rare. A 1964 D nickel with full steps and in perfect condition can be worth a fortune. One of these coins in mint state 66 was sold for over $30,000. Even lower grades with full steps can be worth several hundred or several $1,000s. It all depends on how clear the steps are and how nice the coin looks. The better the shape, the more it's worth. That's why collectors are always looking for these coins. Finding one is like finding treasure. Another rare kind of 1964 D nickel is one with a doubled image. This is called a double die. When a coin is made, it is stamped with a metal tool called a die. Sometimes, if the die is used wrong, it stamps the coin more than once in the wrong place. This causes parts of the coin to look like they have a shadow or double letters. If you look closely at the words or numbers, like, "In God We Trust," or the date 1964, you might see this doubling. It's not easy to spot, but if you do find one, it could be worth a lot. Some double die nickels have sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially if they are in good shape. There are also some nickels from 1964 D with off-center errors. These are coins that were not placed right during minting, so the design is not in the center of the coin. Part of the image may be missing or pushed to one side. The more off-center it is, the more it's worth, as long as you can still see the date and mint mark. These kinds of error coins can sell for $50, $100, or even over $1,000 depending on how rare they are. Now let's talk about how you can check your coins at home. It's easy. First, look at the date on the front. If it says 1964, flip it over and look for the little D on the right side of the building. That means it's from the Denver Mint. Then, take a closer look at the steps on the back of the coin. Use a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone. Can you count 5 or 6 clear, straight steps without breaks? If yes, you might have a full steps nickel. Then check the front again. Look closely at the letters and numbers. Do any of them look like they are doubled or thicker than normal? If they do, you might have a doubled die. Also check to see if the coin is centered. If the image is off or missing part of the design, you might have an off-center error. If you think you have something rare, don't spend it. Keep it safe and take it to a local coin shop, or even better, send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. These companies look at your coin, check the condition, and give it a grade. A high-grade coin will be worth more. Once it's graded, you can sell it at auction or online and possibly make a lot of money. That 5-cent coin could turn into $5,000 or more. So now you know. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel is not just a regular coin. It's a coin with secrets. It might be hiding in your piggy bank, your junk drawer, or even in your pocket right now. All it takes is one rare coin to make your day. People have found valuable nickels in change from stores, in old coffee cans, or in coin rolls from the bank. It happens more than you think.